Should really give my bike a bike wash more often. Woo! Bike blogger here. On my way home from work today. Topic of the day. Topic of the day. Can we go this way? Let's go this way. I think I can go home this way. Although it's actually kind of shady back here. Anyway, top of the day. Bicycle maintenance. What do you neglect? What are you guilty of? What are you guilty of not doing enough of? For me, it's lubing my chain. I don't oil my chain enough, and I'm gonna totally do it when I get home. Sorry about that, I think I hit the camera. I'm totally gonna lube my chain when I get home. Whoa, careful. Careful, watch out. Watch out, there's some ice and slush. As you can tell, it did snow. Not so bad right now though, not so bad. Leaving work a little early. What are we doing leaving work early today? A slacker. Why are you leaving work early today, bike blogger? Because I don't have any bike lights. What the heck? I forgot my bike lights. That's my excuse. Let's go this way. Let's go this way. I do have my fenders though, so even though I'm kicking up all this salty water, it's not getting completely on my bike. That's another thing I should probably do, and I'm guilty of, which is not washing my bike enough. Should really give my bike a bike wash more often. Now my problem is, usually I think about something, especially when I'm on my way to work, you know, I think like, oh, I should probably do this. I don't have time, I gotta get to work. One thing I do really well though, is I do pump up my tires, which is good for the bike. Good for avoiding flats too, to keep your tires properly inflated. Not as important in the winter time. I still do it every day though, because I'm superstitious. You know, you will lose a little air overnight, depending on how high pressure your tire is, you know, how skinny your tire is. But I mean, if it's really cold, I found it's not as big of an issue, at least in the winter time than the summertime. Something to do with physics. Something to do with physics. Up the hill, bike blogger. But no. Yeah, so my problem is when I'm leaving, my excuse, you know, I'm on my way to work. When I'm going on my way to work, my excuse is, I don't have time, I gotta get to work, I'm running late. And then when I get home, my excuse is, oh, I'm hungry, I wanna eat something. And then, yeah, that's my excuse. That's why I may not do what I need to do, get business done. You know, pour a little chain oil on that chain, help the chain out. Because if you don't oil your chain enough, you don't lubricate it enough, eventually it's gonna grind down whatever it's wearing on. So like the sprockets, the chain ring, the rear cog or cassette. And you'll definitely notice that, especially if you ride in the winter. Especially if you favor certain gears on a multi-speed bike. Some of them, like the little teeny tiny sprockets for the really high gears, they may be like perfect, you know, like diamonds, you know, super good shape. I was gonna say sharp, but actually when you wear down a cog, this, what do you call it? The sprockets, or the teeth, I guess is what they call them, on the cogs or cassette sprockets, I guess. The teeth on them get sharper as they wear, because you're kind of digging out. You're digging into them, really. That's what you're doing. And you're actually sharpening them. It's kind of odd. You would think like, oh, I'm wearing, why did I go this way? I wasn't gonna go this way. Let's turn around. I wanna go the other way. Oh man, don't slip and fall. Don't slip and fall, bike blogger. There's like nothing for you to slip and fall on. At least that's what it looks like. You gotta be very careful when you're crossing a bridge or you hit a shadow. There may be ice. You gotta be careful. You it can be pretty dangerous. There's a person in my workplace, they told me they were on the highway, you know, driving a car, they weren't riding a bike. Shame on them. Anyway, they hit a big shadow and they started losing control of their automobile because there was ice on the road, or black ice or whatever. And they thought it was fine because it was plowed, the snow was gone, and it didn't appear to be any ice on the road, but there was ice on the road. Fortunately, they didn't get hurt, but you know, take that lesson to heart. Right now I'm in the shade. The road looks pretty dry though. So there probably no ice. There's little patches though. There's always little patches. So you never really know. Gotta be careful. Don't know how long these people have been waiting. Hopefully we don't have to wait too long. Yeah, I haven't been doing a lot of on my way home from work videos because it's been dark and the video just doesn't look as good. I got a nice big bike light, but things just don't appear as clear at night, so it looks like I'm just going through a big long tunnel. I do like doing night ride videos. I have a whole playlist for it. I think after these guys go, we get to go. Yeah, I have a whole playlist for night ride videos. Check it out. I probably have over 100 videos of me riding my bike in the dark. Kind of fun. Kind of fun riding at night. One of the most fun things about riding at night though is less traffic, if there's less traffic. Because just riding a bike in period, you know, when there's less traffic is always kind of nicer. Yeah, I'm off topic, I know. So it happens. It happens. Leave a comment in the comment section below, you know, what you're guilty of not doing enough of for your bike. Maybe give me ideas of what things I should be doing for my bike. You know, maintaining it a little better. I think one of the bigger things you really should do is just kind of basically if you use the same bike in the summer as you do in the winter, disassemble down your winter bike and clean it out. Actually, you should probably do that anyway, once a year, probably around springtime. Spring checkup for your bike. Just rolling right now, just rolling, going downhill a little. Put all that salt in the road. But no, I just got to thinking when I was talking about automobiles, like, there seems to be a bigger push for electric vehicles. I know I talked about this in a previous video. I think it was, dang, I don't know, it was probably 5+ years ago. Like, oh no, the silent automobiles, the thing's sneaking up on you. You don't even hear the motor or anything. Although then again, some of the noisiest part of a car is the rubber on the road, you know? So yeah, I don't know. Electric cars, I know I talked about that in a previous video, whether they're a thing that we should be doing or not. I don't have to wait for this guy. You know, this gal, I should say. All right. So yeah, my opinion is just whatever you can do to help the climate. You know, number one, of course, you know, ride a bike or walk anywhere that you can. It's good for your health, if nothing else, right? And then, you know, probably electric vehicles. I mean, you should be using shared transportation. I mean, that would be better before you start doing things by yourself, unless you're on a bike by yourself. Even better if you're on a bike riding with other people, just collecting up cyclists on your way to work. It's like, hey, we're all going to some place. We're all coming from the same place. So that's kind of the problem. Many people, at least in this country, that people are spread out. I mean, right around here, you know, it's kind of a more urban setting. I mean, it's a lot of single family homes, but people tend to live apart from each other. So if they're all coming from different places, it can be kind of hard to carpool Although I will say, for a couple of years when I was in college, I did carpool with a couple of dudes going to class. And then, you know, I also rode my bike. But, you know, it just kind of depends on where you're going. I went to campuses all around the metro area. Some of them were quite far away just to take one class. It's kind of ridiculous, but that's the way we do things. Save ourselves some money. It's all about saving money, saving lives, saving money. Up the hill, BikeBlogger. You can do it. You can do it. What the hell? So I have fenders on this bike, which helps with maintenance. You don't have to worry as much about totally messing up your bike. Oh, that kind of makes me think. Let's go up into the parking lot here. A bicycle, what do you call it? A chain cover? Or whatever. You see them on some, I don't know, would it be cruiser bikes? Or maybe Dutch bicycles or something. It's like a cover that covers up your drivetrain. That is your chain wheel, your chain ring, your chain. Although I don't know if it covers the back part of the drivetrain, like the derailleur and everything. I don't think it's all encompassing, but I wonder how well that works. I mean, if there's a port anywhere where crud can get inside, I would think it wouldn't really work that well. But maybe it does, kind of like a fender. Can kind of keep stuff off your bike. I don't know. If you have a bike like that, let me know. Does it actually keep your bike cleaner in the winter without even having to, you know, wash your bike as often? Wouldn't be a big deal. I mean, if I wouldn't worry about the extra weight of just a little piece of plastic covering my drivetrain to protect it, just so I know I'd have a more efficient drivetrain because I wouldn't have to clean it as often, because I'm not going to clean it. Although I should more often. If I just cleaned it, then the problem would be solved. But that's why I have a bike with fenders, though, because I don't want to have to hassle around with basically cleaning it as often. And I don't want to get all the cruddy, nasty wet. Doesn't matter as much if you're going quickly through a puddle, though. You're going to get splashed anyway. Woo-wee. Why am I wearing short sleeves? Did I discuss this? I don't think I did. It's the middle of February. Whew. Yeah, it's warm. It's warm today. Pretty warm. It's 55 Fahrenheit. And it was just like less than a week ago we had half a foot of snow. Kind of funny. I'm gonna give it 10 seconds, then we're gonna go straight across this intersection. 1 second. Just gotta wait for people to stop flying through the intersection. There we go. All right. Woo-wee. Well, anyway, thanks for coming along with me this bike ride home from work today. Let me know your thoughts. What are you guilty of not doing enough bicycle maintenance of? And we'll see you next time on the BikeBlogger Show, BikeBlogger channel, whatever. Woo! Just do it. We're doing it.